Hello, welcome to Sex Talk from The Observer. My name is Irene Kiiza Onyango, and I'm here with the Sex Talk columnist herself. Yeah, Carolyne Nakazibwe, and I just came to get her heart. I was wondering why Sex Talk, and I'm like, where does she get such a brilliant idea to write about sex? Because it's not something people write about every time.
I know. Hello, hi. It's great being here with you, Irene. And it's great to bring sex talk out of the Kamori finally. And the columnist
Yes.
has come out of the Kamori after all these years. You know, sex talk actually happened quite, it happened to me quite, I didn't choose it, it chose me, I would say. I was still working at the Daily Monitor then, around 2001 or 2. And it was an assignment, like any other. My news editor then, Mr. Balikowa, asked me to start a column where people could ask random questions they couldn't ask people ordinarily. We initially thought it would be just reproductive health broadly, and I would look for those answers, whether in books, in research, or somewhere, but I had to have a column every week answering those difficult questions. Now it just turned out that Ugandans are interesting people. Most of the difficult questions were about sex. So it evolved from asking about just reproductive health to every question that came in was about sex. So that's how Sex Talk started.
Oh.
It evolved from people's readers' questions. Oh, how do I know this is my wife's safe period? How do I know we're trying to have a baby? When should we be having the sex? And me, I would go and get my books and start reading. I was a really young girl by then.
I know.
And so I was thrown in at the deep end, and it became kind of my identity from there.
And look where we are.
Look where we are.
More than 20 years later, and we still want the column. I am a beneficiary of Sex Talk, and so are many people around me. Yeah, including my husband. So that means both men and women are benefited from Sex Talk, and we only hope it grows. That's why it's good that now we are using cameras. We are coming to the people live, so people can understand the subject better. And maybe we discuss further, and it allows us to go on and on, as opposed to just staying in print. By the way, read The Observer. Please buy the copy. The Sex Talk is still there. It's such a wonderful column. Every day there's a new idea. There's something good. You pick something, whether you're young, old, Gen Z, or millennial, you need to read Sex Talk.
True, very true.
So, how do you feel about this column? Initially, there was, of course, you're a young lady, you're a young girl. But now, if you're much older, do people say, why Sex Talk? Do people look at you? Okay, some people didn't know who you were, but those who know you don't, isn't there no brush between you and some people just because you write about sex?
You know the thing about Sex Talk, when I started writing Sex Talk, I wasn't a Christian. I wasn't a practicing Christian at all. I was Catholic, but not even a practicing Catholic. Then I think a year after I started writing it, I gave my life to Christ. Now that is the biggest bone of contention for many people. They can't reconcile that you can be Christian, born again Christian, Morocco, and we're talking about sex. So I think it's been one of my biggest missions to demystify that whole myth that for you to be God-loving, to be God-understanding, you cannot talk about sex. But ironically, they believe you can do it.
You can have sex, but you can't.
Yeah, you cannot talk about it, but you can even have it when you're not married or etc. But don't talk about it. So, of course, I've had those clashes. I keep telling you, a pastor once called me, and he bashed me basically. He asked, why are you obsessed with sex? What kind of demons are these? And he was on call, and then before I could even get in one word sideways, his phone disconnected.
Oh, he hung up.
Yeah, so I have those people like that, and then of course sometimes I feel conflicted. There's a time I came close to winding it down. I felt like maybe it has run its course, I should stop. And a woman I had never seen came from the USA, this white woman. I didn't know her. She came to the Observer and we were in a meeting. I remember it was a management meeting because I also have managerial duties at the Observer.
Yes, of course.
So we're in a management meeting and she pulled me out of that meeting quite insistently. Like someone kept coming and saying, no, she's insisting she won't go and she wants just 5 minutes of your time. So I walked out and met her in the boardroom and she told me, you don't know me, I'm a missionary from the US. She's about 65. And then she tells me, I go around the world speaking at pulpits, but specifically speaking about sex in marriages. So when I was here, I saw your column, I had to look for you. I think what you're doing is amazing.
Wow.
It's ministry. Like she really reaffirmed me. I started looking at her like, because I was having these battles inside me and it was like an answered prayer. So that's how it has kept going, because this happened like more than 10 years ago when I wanted to really shut it down, and it has run its course. And she came and just told me, please don't stop. Whatever you do, don't stop. If you're helping one marriage out there, one couple,
at least help that one.
Help that one. Yeah. And so of course, and then there are all those people who write in and send me an email. Oh, thank you. I was on the verge of leaving my marriage, and I read something you wrote, and I decided to give it another chance.
And
so
for a writer, that is great satisfaction.
That is great satisfaction.
So Christians, it's true, Jesus was born to a virgin, but since we are not having children as virgins anymore, we need to be talking about sex anyway. Yeah, we need to be talking about sex. So apart from that, are there some things you research about and get a new understanding and wonder, why would anybody do this? Those people ask you those questions that are really things you'd never ever thought would happen?
Absolutely. Like I first of all, it has opened me up. The column has opened me up a lot to how people think, but also what explains so many things biologically. It has opened me up to my own body as a woman. I think we are the most disadvantaged compared to men.
Yes.
We are more disadvantaged. We know very little about our bodies. So in my reading and research, I have discovered so much I didn't know about our bodies and what they are capable of and how to understand them better. And those are the things I write about.
Yes.
Then occasionally you have people who write in from all walks of life. The pastor who called in to bash me was one, but there is another who called in. For him, he was a man whose wife is a pastor. And he was, he was also on the verge of leaving his marriage. And he wrote in and he sent me an email. And he was just so upset about how much his wife was sinking herself into ministry and denying him sex, using the Bible and all these things. So I always get those cases that open my eyes and I'm like, oh my goodness, this can actually happen. Like you can be, for example, so gifted elsewhere, maybe in ministry or in sport or you're a celebrity, but you're hurting your spouse. Like you don't even know that you're very, very, what do I say?
You can actually be a star somewhere else and deliver miserably in marriage.
Yes, and somewhere else you have tolina work.
Tolina work.
So I get those emails that they usually build the foundation for what I write, and hopefully the other party usually reads, and I get a feedback later that, oh, thank you, this person changed.
Yeah, so if they have not read, you can show them.
Yes,
they're your spouse.
You can show them. Yes, so it helps.
Okay. Yeah, so it's a good column. I read it.
Thank you, Irene.
I do, and I love it because you're such a prolific writer.
Thank you.
Apart from us, you are. Yeah. So I think from what I've observed, you're writing a lot about sex within marriage. Is it intentional?
It is intentional. One, to avoid pulling me into debates that will make me feel conflicted. For example, I don't allow myself to be pulled into the homosexuality, gay sex debate, because I've made it clear I'm writing for married couples, heterosexual, And then I get so many emails asking me, oh, I'm old, I'm 23 years old, I want to do this to my 20-year-old girlfriend, can you give me tips? I ignore those because I'm also a mother now, and
You wouldn't.
I wouldn't want certain things they are suggesting in those emails to happen to my daughter. So I kind of limit myself to a target audience. Not that I refuse other people from reading, but that is who I write for. So just to avoid the conflict of interest that would draw me into debates that I'm not equipped for, quite honestly.
Things like threesomes,
like
things you don't even know how to talk about.
Someone will ask me if they are attracted to their goats. I'm not going to. I'm not going to be able to go into that debate of
speciality and how it can work and
how it is
probably
or pedophilia. That this is me. That is how I was born. I was created.
No.
I won't go there.
I understand you. You wouldn't go there, of course. But you did mention something. You said there's a time you felt like maybe the column had served its purpose. Was that writer's burnout or?
It's both writer's burnout, but also the constant having to explain yourself. Like you
I'm
get tired.
I'm not doing this. It doesn't mean I do everything I write here.
Yes. I was just getting tired of having to constantly feel like you're defending what you're doing. But also when you've done something for more than 10 years, I honestly felt burnt out. Like, what haven't I written about? I mean, this thing doesn't change.
It changes a little.
Sex, it only changes the dynamics of different marriages, but it is the same. The way that you ride the bicycle in 2019 or is the way you're riding the bicycle today. So I think I got to that point where I thought, what else is there to write about this? Until that woman came and put it into perspective.
And in this case, because you write about that sex that way, it means, like you figuratively said about the bicycle, you are not changing these bicycles. It's one bicycle you're riding.
Yes.
So you better ride it well.
Better ride and take
and
care
maintain
of
it.
Yeah, make sure the spokes are there.
It stays because it's the only one you ride until death.
So I try to show the different ways you can maintain that bicycle, the different ways you can change its wheels and give it new ones, and the different ways you can even make it stand on one wheel. But it's the bicycle.
Okay. Where do you get ideas of words like, those spicy words like pink elephants? Where do you get those ideas from?
I think I have an imagination that also scares me sometimes.
Yeah.
My imagination is wild, so to speak. So I think of the best way to describe a female orgasm, especially a female orgasm, and I'm trying to, it's indescribable. And so I see it as a pink elephant.
I always picture those pink elephants coming down a hill.
Polka dots. That's how I see them. Like that is like I need the woman who has never achieved an orgasm, and there are many. I need them to know what they are missing.
Because they would not have been in the world if they didn't
experience. That's why I paint that picture of pink elephants. Because I think you imagine them in a herd.
I'm telling you, I just love those white polka dots. Pink elephants when you write about them.
So I just need someone to imagine the beauty of getting there and demand for it. Even men, by the way. But men don't have as much trouble achieving orgasm as women do. It's a huge
But if you love your wife, you'd want her to see the pink elephants.
Yes, so it's exactly. So when I use such imagery, pink elephants, I want to put it there, like for someone to say, hey, I think I want this for my wife.
And it should be safe because it should be looking away.
You don't stay the same when you've seen them,
Yeah.
You don't feel the same. You're not the same when you've seen them. Your marriage it becomes more meaningful.
And you get a glow on the face.
You get the glow, and then you no longer have to be huggled with and begged to have sex
because you have your own benefits too.
You have experienced it. Yes, you have experienced the wolves that come out and they are striped.
You see, those are all the conversations we shall be having here, and we shall be hosting so many people, both men and women, from all walks of life, to talk just about one thing, and that is sex.
Oh, God.
So thank you very much for coming out. Now we are manifesting the columnist to the world.
Absolutely.
Thank you
I look
much.
forward to this. Thank you.